Hey guys, welcome back to Music Talk with John. Today I'm on location. I am at Bananas Records, one of their locations in St. Pete. From what I understand, they have, I saw three on the map, but I know there's one more. It's a warehouse. It's a big building, and it has like steps you have to go up to the first floor to get in. And then once you're in there, you can browse around the top, but most of their records are located down. So I'll try to do another video on that at some point. I just couldn't get there today. So this is their, what I understand is their main location. This is crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna do some talking here. This is a back room, so you can see this is where I came from, the main room. And this area used to be hot, like really hot, and they have it really air conditioned now, so I'm very, very impressed with this. And there's just so much fun stuff to look at all everywhere. I mean, just look at all this stuff. Holy cow. Everywhere you look, I love it. And it's organized, it doesn't seem overwhelming, so I'm really digging it. You have stands, an old TV. Just guitar, these are cool. I have a guitar case just like that one for my Fender. So I'm gonna take you through here. The other part, I didn't talk much because the music's playing and usually YouTube zaps me for that, so I try to stay away from it. But here, the music's pretty quiet, so I think I should be able to get away with it. Got the Blues Brothers, of course. And this is where usually they keep like the really, like the dollar records. They used to be, I'm not sure if these are the dollar or not. But man, you have some jazz and stuff back here. So these are $2.99 jazz. I'll go through this a little bit. But this is just fun. I mean, look at this place. Lots of room for more records. More books back there. I mean, this is just, I'll just stand back here. Look at all that stuff. Retro. Oh, look at that. I used to have a, I'm gonna have to ask him if this, I used to have a radio just like that. Just like that. Holy cow. I wonder if these are just for display. Because that is awesome. Man, that's my radio when I was a kid. One of them. I used to go through a lot of them. Look at this stuff. I mean, this is just fun. If you guys are trying to get a good shot, old microphones. And if I was an eBay reseller, I'd have fun with this. Microphones, those are cool, the old radios. Books and books and books, more records back here. These look like maybe the, for DJs and stuff, it looks kind of like that kind of style right there. Yeah, there's a book on Oscar Peterson right there. Very cool. Man, it's so nice and cool back here. Oh, and there's Eddie Murphy right there. I think that's the album where he actually sang on. This is so much fun. Look at this. And there's more stuff in the back. Look at that. That is so cool. It's changed a lot since I came here last. It's so much cooler. I remember it being cool before, but this is even just, look at all this stuff. It's just so cool. Just to be able to have this stuff and put it on display. Yep, museum pieces only. Yeah. Remember that from like 70s 8-track kind of thing, I think. Yeah, 8-track player, and it was somebody's mom that had one of those in her room. So cool. Here we have some old magazines here. Discoveries. These old radios, very nice. $2. Here's a have. What do we have on here? Barbara Ann, the Beach Boys. Rose Garden, Lynn Anderson. Feelin' the Feelin', the Bellamy Brothers. Is this country? It's like a country jukebox. Everly Brothers, Dwight Yoakam. Yeah. Very cool. Look at this bad boy. Back it up a little bit so you guys can see. This is so much fun. So what do we have in here? Ah, this is what I'm talking about. Dion the Wanderer, kind of a jag. The Buckinghams, we can work it out. Return to Cinders. Yeah, Simon and Garfunkel, Elvis, the Beatles, Dion, Paul Anka. Very cool. And they have some cassettes back there. Getting closer to the music, so I'm trying to talk more. So just a bunch of CDs, tons of CDs to go through here. I'm gonna back it up so you can see everything. I see a Darth Vader helmet up there. Little jukebox. Yeah, so you have Ozzy up there. See if I can zoom in for you guys. Look at that. Not go too fast. So now it's turning into not just a record store visit, it's just a museum display. Look at that. Very cool. Look at that. Very cool. Hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. Oh, Lone Ranger. Back it out. Oh, there we go. I didn't get rid of that cross stick. Come on. So many cool things in here. Just look at all of this. Another one of those 8-track players. Is that a Gladiator helmet up there? Old jukeboxes. Very cool. We just have more CDs here. Bunch of CDs. Very cool. And when I turn this way, it's the wall I showed you already, but these are all DVDs. Very cool. Hoffner Beatles. Big cool piece just to have on display. Obviously not authentic signatures, but it's just a cool thing to have. Let's take you through these records real quick. I'm not sure. I guess they're all individually priced. Yeah, these are all look like they're $1. So this must be the dollar era. I remember this being the dollar area, but they did such a good job here. I think they closed it in. I think at one point it wasn't closed in back here, and it was really hot. But man, what a great job! What a great turnaround! So cool. Makes it easier to shop too when you're not in the heat to go through these things. I'll show you the other side. Some of these you can see why they're dollars, but some of them going, like this Louis here. I don't know what album that is, but I remember this guy, Robbie Neville. They played him like crazy, late 80s, early 90s. So I'm gonna have to take a look through these after I finish filming and showing you guys everything. This is Scott Joplin. So that's it. I don't know if you can hear me correctly. My ear pods are acting up. It's going to be time to get some new ones. But yeah, it was cool. Neat place to walk around. Decent selection in there. A lot of, like, the museum part of it was really neat. Got a couple here, and I'm going to show you what I picked up once I get in the car. So let's head over there, and I'll tell you about it a little bit more. Okay, so I'm back in a nice, cool car. It's funny because when I went back, when I was there originally, which was years ago, when you first walk in, that area was the cool area, air conditioned and nice. And you go back into that back area where the dollar records were, and it was crazy hot out there. I don't even think it was completely closed off either. There was no air conditioning back there. So today when I went in there, the air conditioning wasn't working in the front area, so it was getting pretty hot in there. And then when I went to the back area, I was expecting it to get even hotter, and surprisingly, it was really well air conditioned. So that was a surprise. But so I got to spend a little bit more time in that back area than normal. And they've really redone that back area. It looks like they closed it in completely and just made it very comfortable to walk through there and look at everything. So I showed you the store. Cool interior, the way they set up everything. They had like the country area had a bale of hay, and then all the different areas had something to do sort of with that type of music, I guess. So that was really cool to see them do. And then it had all these just different radios and stuff, and I love those old radios. Selections were decent. There was a lot of they had the blues section was probably about the same size as the blues section you see anywhere else. The jazz was about the same. Some good stuff, decent stuff. I picked up one that I'm happy with. I'll show you here in a second. And the pop rock area was good. The stuff you can find. I didn't see anything in there out of the ordinary. But then again, I'm filming and everything, so I want to get the fair assessment of the place. But I'm in there filming, so you miss stuff. So you see everything. I showed you their wall back there with the wall of here's the cool stuff wall. Nothing I was interested in, but I saw there was some good stuff back there. Just not my type of music, but definitely some good stuff that people would be interested in. So it did have stuff everywhere. Now that I'm starting to think about it, they did have a pretty neat stuff that I haven't seen like out in the open. So it's cool to see that kind of stuff. So what I picked up, I was over at the soundtrack area, and I don't usually get soundtracks, but I'm looking for this soundtrack by Eric Clapton. It's called Homeboy. It was a Mickey Rourke movie. And you can't find, I know it's on vinyl somewhere. I think the only place to get is like overseas somewhere. So I just kind of went over there and browsed, but I came across one that I remember liking the soundtrack to. It was pretty dang cheap, so I just picked it up. Sight unseen. Sight unseen, is that the right phrase for that? I don't think so. Without listening to it, in other words. And it was Honky Tonk Man, that Clint Eastwood movie. I remember just liking the soundtrack and watching it several times as a kid. I remember Clint Eastwood singing on there. Marty Robbins had a part in there. And I remember liking all the music in there. So I went ahead and just picked it up since it was so cheap. And the vinyl is really clean. But it has 2 songs with Clint Eastwood actually singing on here. And there's one in the Honky Tonk Man. I like that song. It's sung by Marty Robbins. All right, so the next one I picked up was one I don't have by Tom Waits, and it's Alice. Saw that. It was a remaster, newly remastered with Waits and Brennan. Everything that I picked up with that combination of remaster, it sounds really good. It's a limited anniversary edition on colored vinyl, so I'm not really sure what color, but I know I like this album. I have it on CD somewhere, I think. I know I've heard it, and so I was happy to get a hold of that. You don't see that Tom Waits very often. I've never seen it. So there's one that they had that you don't see very often at the Bananas. And then the last one I picked up was one I've had my eye out for. It's Jack Kerouac and Steve Allen. It's poetry for the Beat Generation. I don't know if this is the one I have. I have a box set that I picked up a couple months ago, and I showed it in the video, and it had a Steve Allen with Jack Kerouac in there. I haven't listened to the box set yet, but I don't know if this is the same album, but this is a 100th birthday release. Legendary 1959 album, milky clear vinyl pressing, limited to 1,000 copies. I have a Jack Kerouac album already, and I think it came out on Record Store Day.
and it had, to the back of it, him doing his poetry with a jazz trio or ensemble of some sort behind him, riffing while he was kind of riffing a little bit. So it's really cool. So I look forward to this. There's some YouTube videos out with these two guys together, and I like those, so I'm glad to find this. So that kind of completes the little area of Jack Kerouac that I was looking for in vinyl. So, but yeah, that's cool. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed that trip. Tried to show you stuff. Again, it was a little warm in there, and I flipped through a couple of the albums. I tried to give you the overall view of the store, but it was pretty, it got a little warm in there, and I'm on a little bit of a time crunch. So I'm trying to get all that stuff done and show you guys the video. So I hope you enjoyed it, and there'll be more record stores to come when I get a chance. I happened to be in the area. I ran in there and filmed it real quick. So glad I could show it to you. And that's in Bananas Records in St. Petersburg, Florida. So that's what I have for you guys today. Leave me some comments down there. Let me know what you think of the video, and let me know. Hopefully you're happy with what I showed you. You never know what people want to see when you go to these record stores, but at least I can show it to you in some fashion. So that's what I have for you guys today. Again, I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, you guys enjoy your music and you take care out there, all right? Bye.